have a feather couch too. I just got.
I want to. I want to.
I hate
I want to
it.
find. I don't even want to. I don't want to burn it down. I want to find who made it, and I want to show up, and I want to just scare them. I don't want to say too much now, but I want to scare them. So
just a little something.
I just want to give them a little fright.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Comment Section Show. Sorry, me, your fave. Everybody knows me. Who cares about me? On to the guests. Today we have the iconic, the legendary, my favorite personally, Cyrus Veyssi.
Yes,
You're back yet again.
I'm fucking back.
You are so. We're so fucking back.
We're so fucking back. I was scared for a moment, just with the way of the world, but we're back and we're here.
Right. And then we have no choice but to persist.
Literally, no, but Drew, I'm not even joking. At this point, I have no choice. I'm here. I'm a little older. I have more IBS than I did before. Mind you, when we first filmed, I was like, remember, I had the whole knip shit before, literally.
You were telling, you're like, you have no idea.
I was like, just like 5 feet. I was like 5 feet apart, Drew. I'm like, actually, but you know what? Anyway, enough about my bowels. No, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so happy to have you back. This episode is presented by Sol de Janeiro. So you love to take care of your skin and you love to smell great. That's why new Body Bottlata lotion from Sol de Janeiro is for you. It's fast absorbing and non-sticky. It gives you 24 hours of non-stop weightless daily hydration, and it's made with their iconic Charosa 62 scent. From sunrise to the after party, new Body Bottlata by Sol de Janeiro should be your new lotion obsession. Give it a try. You know you wanna. Shop now at Sephora and soldejaneiro.com.
Me too.
We've come a long way. Me and Cyrus go way back.
Way back to like Instagram Live.
And dare I say, you saw my sparkle before most people did.
Oh yeah, it was glittering so loud.
Dare I say. Because I remember you were one of the first people with a verified check mark, mind you, to reach out to me and be like, hey, I think you're fucking awesome. We should do something on live.
Yeah, correct. Also, didn't pay for that verified blue check mark, mind you.
No, didn't.
Hold a whole press strategy.
Absolutely didn't.
Yeah, you're a fucking rock star. That was so fun. No, but seeing your career and your journey has been so fulfilling.
Likewise.
And also constantly texting with your mother has been my second favorite part of being a part of your journey.
That's everyone's thing. They're like, I love your mom.
No, it's like your
more
mom,
than me.
Your mom, your man, your sister. I'm just like in it for the ride with all of you.
Imagine my posse was the worst. One time when this girl made like a hate video about me, she said that she saw me walking around with my posse, and I was like, that's my family.
And also,
it's my mother.
So you were also watching me.
Yeah, I was like, that's my mother.
My
of all.
People are crazy.
I know.
People have not changed. They're still crazy.
Yeah, that's
We're just
true.
getting a little bit of a different type of crazy.
I agree. Or people are just getting more like, I feel like, and maybe you agree with this, with this new scary era, this newer scary era.
This scara.
Many of them have been scaras. Yeah, for a minute. I feel like now more than ever is the time to experience joy.
Yeah.
Like, because it's almost like, well, the world's ending.
Yeah. What else are we going to do? No, 100%. I think I'm done changing people's minds.
For real.
I'm like, if you want to come onto my platform, giggle, laugh, maybe start to change the way that you see things on your own.
Right.
We can kiki all day, sweetheart. If you expect me to do more work,
right,
honey, we've put in the work.
Yeah.
I've done as much as I can do, and I genuinely think to my core, at this point, we've just seen people, there are people who don't want to change. You laugh, I'm going to laugh.
For real.
I'm still going to be prettier than you, and that's fine.
That's our
we just have to
life.
We just have to say it out loud.
That's just,
stop dening it.
We all need to come to terms with it. It'll be a lot easier.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, and that's another thing I love about you, because obviously I've known you for years. But I love that you're so willing and so fun that, like, even when people are still being a teensy bit offensive, you're like, go ahead and sit down. I'll explain to you why that's really bad.
I think you know what it is. And you know what it is too. Yeah. And like sit down, like in your own space, because again, 5 feet still from them.
Right.
I think what it is I wish that when I was younger, I had the power to be able to articulate exactly what I wanted to say.
Totally.
Even if that was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
And that's fine too. Like, I didn't have that power.
Ranging from anything. Yeah.
And then I think part of it too is that, like, what I've seen is the people who support me and are in my circle, my followers, and they actually will then take what the way that I respond to people and the way that I
Right.
react, and they use it in their own lives.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like we're giggling, we're laughing. Like anytime I see either you post something or like Teffy or someone that's so, the reality is that I really do think people are taking that and like applying,
agree.
which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's only so much that I can do. Like, babe, it's
Yeah.
your life. You have to figure out how to navigate this, you know, shithole
Yeah,
together
for real.
right now. It's
I
tough.
agree. And
It's
I
very
feel
tough.
like, I just feel like you're one of the best people to use as any sort of source, whether it's like inspiration or just education. Because obviously education should not fall on the shoulders of the marginalized or oppressed.
It shouldn't.
But even you, like, still the way that you post and the way you talk about things, you still do it in a way that's still so like sweet and enlightened, and like it's still like it's almost like you're the polar opposite of me.
Which
right?
I love.
Like, which I love. We're
The duality.
we're like two sides of the same coin. Like
correct.
the way that you do it is like, oh, I'm not gonna sit here and explain it to you, but
No.
you can look and understand and all of those things. That's fine. You can perceive from afar.
You
and I'm
hold-
like, fuck you.
Listen though, you my version,
Yeah.
you hold in a lot.
That's
so then when
true.
I'm at my wit's end,
Yeah.
my phone, Drew, watch all your videos. Do you know what I mean? Like it is a form of a catharsis that it's like everybody has a way to handle the situation.
I
And you have to
agree.
figure out when it works. However, I will say this. I feel like I've told you this.
Yeah.
I'm nice 97% of the time. That 3% of the time, I promise.
Yes.
My mean is meaner than your mean.
Yeah.
I can go low.
And
I can
clock
go
it.
and clock it. And I
Yeah.
can go like middle school degrading low of like when I used to like bully bullies.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't ever want to go there. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone should ever see it.
Right.
But I can go there.
Absolutely. And you're way too fucking smart. So that's another thing
Both
that
of
they're
us.
contending with.
100%. But I do think, Drew, you do have your soft side is also just
Yeah,
so
but not many people
lovely.
get to
No.
see
But
that.
I'm very privileged.
That
And
is
mind
true.
you, let's check in a year and see how I feel. I'm nice now, but like
That's
I'm going
true.
through it.
But you are going through it, but guess what? You're rising above the ashes, bitch, because your career has never been higher. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
You know what's so funny? We joke about this all the time privately,
What?
but like we are always talking about each other and singing our praises about each other.
Yeah.
And then putting ourselves onto other brands. We do that all the time. Cyrus has put me onto
No,
so many brands.
Literally.
all the
Or like
time.
all I need is a text. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so hi, Christine Pearson from Codalee, who we love. I need to just, and then but it's vice versa.
I agree, because I pitched you for something too, and you did it for Amazon.
Yes!
Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Amazon.
Winners love to see other winners win.
I
I
agree.
think that is what it is too.
And I literally was I was filled with so much joy when I saw that they picked you, because I was like, Cyrus is such a star.
Yeah,
Thank
it was-
God. I
it
was like,
was-
yes, exactly.
That feeling very much resonated with me too. And I think I don't know if you feel this way right now. I feel like we've talked about this too.
Mm-hmm.
When I've come up as a figure in media, as
Mm-hmm.
someone who does comedy content on TikTok, as someone
Yeah.
who works in the influencer space for work, like that's
Yeah.
my job, I think not being specifically cast in your characterization of what society sees you as
Yeah.
is empowering.
I
I'm
agree.
like, I'm mass, bitch. Like I'm on, you know what I mean? Like I'm like
Period.
at this point, and I think I feel like in our little circle
Mm-hmm.
of people, even though we don't live in the same places and even though we don't go to the same events all the time,
Yeah.
I feel like we're constantly thinking the same way
I
about
agree.
things.
We're so aligned. I ask Cyrus about business advice all the time.
And I'm happy to give it.
Yeah, I literally, we key on, we'll FaceTime for hours, but we'll talk about business probably about 10 minutes of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The rest is just a key.
Yeah.
But the last business advice you gave me.
Wait, what was it? I'm scared. Now.
you, it was about PR.
Oh yeah,
And
that
you
was
were,
a good one.
and yeah, and you said like, I don't want to tell you who to choose, but choose the other one.
Straight up. No. Because
Like
listen,
18.
because if it was someone that I didn't love as much, I'd be like, yeah, they're great. No, I'm kidding. But like, no, but like, I think now, I know when I go back to winners want to see other winners win.
I agree.
I know who on the other side of the industry will actually show up.
Exactly.
That's different too.
I agree. That's why I seek your counsel often.
thank you
Because
so
I'm like,
much.
I need to ask my I need to ask my
Oh, listen,
counsel. I need to ask my president.
that library will never close.
No,
Mama,
that's
you can
true.
always come over. I'm like, just at this point, like, what? I can't gatekeep anything.
That's
Do you know
true.
what I mean?
Well, and that's why I think you're so wonderful, because I feel like I talked about this with Karamo Brown.
Yeah.
But I was saying, like, I walk, and I know you walk in this too, because we're alike in this sense, but like in a sense of abundance. Like I have an
Yeah.
abundance mindset, so
Yeah.
do you.
Mhm.
So it's like anything I offer in terms of advice or guidance or whatever is because I have no fear of lack, and I know you don't
Yeah.
have that either.
No.
And so it's I feel like the universe works in such beautiful karmic ways when you're like that, when you walk through especially this business.
What do you think was your turning point? I feel like I know what was mine. Like
As
when
far
I
as, like,
found peace. Like when I found peace and I chose that joy abundance mindset.
Probably when I started working for real, like
Yeah.
in like grown-up jobs, but more specifically in sports, because I felt
Yeah.
like there were so few women already that I was like, well, I'm not going to turn on my sisters, like my girls that are here. And then when I got to the actual NFL and I was being turned on by my sisters, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, this is not how we do things. Like, I just remember thinking, like, that is such a poisonous mindset to have. And it wasn't just applying to women. Like, in that work environment, it felt so, like, competitive,
Yeah.
but in a way that's like, I have to get it before you do, or I want it because you have it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't move that way. Like, that is so icky to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started doing this and running my own business, I was like, I'm not moving that way.
Yeah, have you on the running your own business.
Right.
Yeah.
You too.
At the end of the day, that is, no, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like it has, I think the selfish part of having a platform is a sense of power. Like, I'm not going to lie,
I
like
agree.
having
That's
the
true.
power to know that, like, if my friends go out and someone is really homophobic to them at some stupid fucking like bro bar, Mama, it'll take me one geotag to have that place shut
Yeah,
down.
me too.
That's power.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, that's a form.
That's a loaded gun.
That's a
for
loaded
real.
gun. That's
It
really,
is.
really, that to me, again, it seems very superficial, but I think it is those little things that maybe, again, it's because, like, when I was younger, I didn't have that power. And now
Yeah, totally.
I think it's like, I've always believed, I feel like you have too, that, like, if you're going to say it with that fucking chest.
For real.
Say it with that chest. So, like,
For
why
real.
would you care if I just showed millions of people a comment?
Exactly.
Why would you care?
Well,
You said
clearly
it.
you didn't care.
Yeah, you said it. I didn't say it.
What was the turning point for you?
I think okay, so I did something insane. I would do, right when we first started and I
Yeah.
first started, I would set like a 30-minute alarm, just 30 minutes, and I would just sit in silence. Like, I wouldn't even meditate. I would just sit. And I think for me it was because I really feared loneliness. Like, I
Yeah.
really feared being alone. And then I realized over time, first of all, I was like, I'm fucking psycho. Like, my brother would be like, what are you doing? Like, this is insane. But I would literally sit in those 30 minutes
Yeah.
and I would make myself accustomed to being alone. And I think it was different than choosing to live a life of loneliness. I think
Yeah.
it was choosing loneliness in moments to, like, better connect with myself. That was my turning
Yeah.
point. Because then it was like,
That's
I'm
such
the
a good
only
point.
I'm the only person that has my own back. If I can be
Yeah.
alone
Yeah.
and be content and sit in a room that's really awkward,
Yeah.
alone, and not do anything, and get to a point where that actually brings me joy,
Yeah.
it is the only way I feel like I've been able to, like, maintain my climb.
That's
That's
so
it. It's
deep.
weird though. It's really weird.
It is like, I think with no context, it
Totally.
may sound
I
strange, but also we're so surrounded by noise that it would seem strange to the average person. 'cause
I
we're
tell my
always on our
followers that all the time. They're like, okay, sister. They're like, not doing that. They're like, that's okay, love you. We'll
It's
definitely
funny.
still following. I'm like,
It's so funny you say that, because since I started doing this, I felt like if I film my show like I'm doing today, or like some days I'll film like 3 episodes in a day. I think the most I've ever done
that's
in a day is like 4,
wild. Oh
which is just
my.
me yapping for a fucking hours,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which is a dream job, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But then, like, when I go into my like green room at home, like my dressing room at my studio, and I go in I'll go directly into my bathroom after I'm done, and I'll just sit on the toilet in silence.
Yeah. People ask
I
me,
don't
what do
even
you,
look at my phone.
people ask me, what do I do for fun now? And I tell them I steam. I go into the bathroom, I crank that shit to like 180 degrees in my shower, and I sit in silence. And that is, you know what?
I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna copy you.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling you,
I'm gonna copy that.
clean mind, clean pores.
No, that's
two
so
things at
tea.
once.
And you have the best skin I've ever seen on
Oh,
a
thank
human
you
in
so
my entire
much.
life. And
Thank
I'm
you so
being so dead ass. Like,
It's work. No, I mean,
your
listen.
skin is glass.
It takes that work. I'm like, loneliness. It'll bring you, perfect
It'll do wonders for the skin.
But it is true. I think that is like, even when people ask me for advice all the time, I'm like, you're gonna be moving so much. You're gonna be traveling so much. Even when you see your friends who are creators at events, a lot of it is still work. Like a lot of it is still
It always
you're
is.
exhausted. So when
Yeah.
you have that time, I swear, like right now we have the puppy, and with Michael, like I don't leave the apartment. I only leave if there's a little check. There's a little something getting me up. No, or like friends. I'm kidding.
You're literally me.
Yeah.
I never leave my fucking house
Yeah.
ever. To the point where I started talking about in therapy.
Yeah.
I started telling my girl, I was like, sometimes I think I'm getting agoraphobic.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm delusional. The other day, my friend had a birthday party. I texted them. I'm like, "Do you have the Uber code?" I was like, girl, I am exhausted. No, I'm obviously kidding. No, but I do. I think that is the only frustration that I felt, is that like I'm very comfortable at home now, and I
too.
really do feel like I'm trying to push myself to enjoy the things that, even when I'm exhausted and even when it's tiring, I love to do. Like Michael and I, we like will like book date nights. Like we'll make sure that it's in the calendar, which is so weird.
I know,
It's like
but
white people shit is so fucking weird. Having to
I've been doing that white people shit too. My
plan my dates.
Plan them. Yeah.
Are you crazy?
And like do you intentionally set? You're like, we're going to leave the house.
Yeah,
we're going
like
to leave the house.
like a Cal invite. Fucking kill me. It's so sad, but it's the only way. I really do think it is like, and you know, you and your man have been together for a while.
Yeah.
Michael and I were hitting plus 6 years. Like it is so
That's why
important.
I said we're literally twins.
No, it's insane.
And
It's
you're
really
tall as fuck, which I always forget until I see you in person.
Yeah, I will say.
You're
Jimmy
so
too,
fucking tall.
heels help.
You're naturally so tall. Your whole family's tall.
No, Cobb is a giant. He's like 6'6". So it's not that bad. I'm like, you can't ride on roller coasters, bitch. I don't know what you're talking about. It's pretty bad. Yeah, fuck you. No, it's really bad. But no, I think that is one thing that I'm really starting to try and find some equilibrium with.
Yeah, it's normal human time. That's what I
it's
call
great.
it.
It's amazing.
Yeah, normal human time is awesome. I know you text me too when I took my break, and that was a big reason why I took my break too. Was because I was like, I need to go touch fucking grass.
Yeah.
I need to go be normal.
Yeah.
Like, I need to go out in the real world. And like, I went to the movies to see Sinners. I haven't been to the movies in like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I haven't seen one movie.
Yeah.
And so I was like, when I was going to the movies, I went with Brittany
Yeah.
and my sister and my man. And when I was ready before everyone, which is a shock
Yeah,
because
I
I'm
was
always
about
late.
to say.
Yeah, it's like shocking. And I was just pacing around my room. And then my man was like, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, I just feel like, should I change? I like changed like 3 times.
Yeah.
We're going to the movies. Like, it's not serious.
Yeah.
And then he's like, is everything all right? And I was like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm feeling so like weirdly anxious. Like, I don't know. And then I realized I was like nervous to go to the movies.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, that's why I'm in therapy. I'm like, I think I'm becoming afraid of the outside world.
Yeah.
And
me too.
my therapist literally told me not even a week ago. She was like, because I was telling her I was having a bad day and I was feeling like very overwhelmed and stressed because one of my dogs, speaking of dogs, we're going to talk about your puppy in a
Yeah, we
minute.
have to.
We have to. We
Fucking,
have
I
to
have a
talk
story to tell you from this
please.
morning, mind you.
So one of my 2 Frenchies, my one that's not really sick ever, he got really sick, and so I had to take him to the vet, and like it was like,
Oh yeah, I remember. I was
he ate something, whatever.
They eat the craziest shit.
Oh, girl, anything, and it doesn't even taste good. And I have Frenchies, so I'm already fighting their loss of life pretty frequently.
Yeah. Oh,
And so like, and I fostered them, so stop.
Yes.
But this is my deaf baby, like, and so
boy.
I had to take him to the hospital, and it was like really stressful. And then I had a girl, like, literally, she was learning to be a vet, so she was like they're in their residency kind of deal.
Yeah.
And so she was standing there, and then she was like, the doctor was like, do you have any questions for them? And then the girl was like, no, I don't think so. And then she goes, I do actually have one question.
Oh.
Are you on TikTok? And then I go, yeah, I am. And then she goes, oh my God, I knew it. Mind you, I think my dog is dying, so it's clear I've been crying.
Also, isn't there like HIPAA for animals? Like you can't cross that boundaries.
Apparently not.
Oh
we have
my
to do
God.
something about
Yeah.
it. And so I was like, I just felt so like encroached on, and I felt violated. And then I was like, I can't even put my address on like my dog's profile because like
No.
I don't know what you're going to do with it. And it's just one of those things where it's one of those things that makes me crack out about being seen all the time.
Yeah.
So I was explaining this to my therapist and I was like, sometimes I feel like a zoo animal. Like I just
Yeah.
feel like I'm an attraction and everyone gets to come and I can hear everything and I can feel them tapping on the
You're the
glass really
one
hard.
at the vet. Like you're the animal at the vet.
Exactly.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But no, it's
And I need to
really,
be spayed.
yeah, no,
And
it's
so
really, I'm like, yeah, do all the procedures, honestly. Clean me out, colonics, do whatever you have to do. No, but it is, I get that, yeah.
it's really it can get really overwhelming
Especially in a
sometimes.
professional atmosphere like that. And
Yeah.
especially in a private you
Oh,
can use my
girl.
address. From now on, just use mine. You can forward it all to me. I'm fine.
And my therapist literally told me, she goes, well, like, and I was like, like, I know animals aren't supposed to be in captivity and that's how it feels. And then she goes, well, even the ones that do thrive in captivity, like, it's not natural for them to be in there. Like, and she goes, even if they look happy and they have babies and stuff inside the cage, she's like, they're still in the cage. So it's still not natural for them to be in the cage. Ooh. So, and then and I go, yeah. And then it makes me feel like I'm trapped because it's like, I'm not ungrateful for what I have, but this part I didn't anticipate having to deal with.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot. And she goes, yeah, those are called double binds when it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I was like, I just feel like it makes me feel like I'm going insane.
Yeah.
And then she goes, well, frequent double binds and encountering them does tend to trigger psychosis in most people, especially women. She says that to me. I go, oh.
I'd be like, we have to wrap. We have to wrap this.
Right,
this session.
Okay. So I feel like I'm going insane because I am.
It
Perfect.
is. It's really.
It's real.
Oh, because
like,
I am.
Like I was like, oh.
Wow.
Right. I love her.
Off to a little getaway by the sea. You know what I mean? Like I think
like,
sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Take me.
I'm gonna have to go upstate.
I'm gonna have to
soon.
go upstate.
They're gonna take me out back and shoot me.
Yeah, crazy. Literally.
They're gonna have to
Don't miss. I'm like literally.
Don't. I fear who I'll become if you do.
I fear they'll miss. No, it really is, and I do think that. It's not even there's the idea that many things can be true than once. At once, it's not. I don't think it's a concept that a lot of people understand.
I agree.
It is hard. I mean, like even like when people ask me like, "So what you do hard?" and I say, "What I physically do." It's not hard.
Yeah.
The things that I have to do when I have to shoot things, I have joy in that. It's a lot of work. I get tired. There's definitely more difficult days. I think the hardest part was getting to where I'm at.
Yeah,
having to fight the battles that I had to fight.
I agree.
Even with people that I love, I had to fight battles. Right?
I agree.
And then having to pretend like the things that don't bring you crippling anxiety aren't bringing you crippling anxiety. Like and then if I explained it to people and they're like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I literally nothing. It's all in. Like I'm like, it's literally my head.
All up here.
It's this is wrong.
It's stuck up there. That's
I
the
can't
problem.
explain it.
Yeah,
like that's the problem.
Same. And I've told people. That's another reason why when creators ask me for advice too, I always tell them, like, the first thing I say is, are you in therapy? Yeah. If not, get in it if you can. The next question I ask is, do you have any friends in the industry? Like, make friends who do the exact same thing you do. Oh, because, girl, the way we grip each other when shit like this happens, it's like, no, because nobody understands. Nobody can relate to your problems, which I don't think you should be able to. Like, I would never sit across from, like, a health worker or a teacher and be like, you guys don't understand how fucking hard it is. Obviously not, because your job is infinitely harder than mine. I'm just a dickhead on the internet.
Yeah, correct.
And what I've told people, though, is, like you said, two things can be true at the same time. Is this job the hardest job in the world? No. But does this job come with such a specifically unique set of issues that no one on the planet knows how to deal with? Yes. And that's true. That's okay. That's
like,
fine.
No, if I'm walking into a Sweet Green and the line is more than like 15 people and I'm having a panic attack, I'm not calling my dad. Yeah. He's going to be like, grip the fuck up and go and get your salad, bitch. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm calling you. It's very different. I'm like, I don't, and like, even like with being recognized, it's funny, a lot of people, and I think the fallacy, it may exist, I think, with like a lot of the sort of, because the creator economy is so inundated now and we have a lot of egos, I think it is about like, oh, like to be seen and whatever. My primary goal is safety.
Same.
I don't give a fuck about anything except being safe. And mind you, when I'm with my family, I'm even more nervous.
Same.
Like when my parents want to go to a restaurant that's like really, I'm not even joking, like I don't want to, like I'm like, listen, I don't trust people.
Same.
I'm good with like, I just don't, you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. And it's something that, like, again, you wouldn't understand unless it was you. And I think I've even said this in therapy too. I think I've talked about it on the show where, like, I've talked about this in therapy extensively, but like when I was a kid and I would watch celebrities like have these freakouts like at paparazzi, or they would be like, leave me alone or whatever. And people talk about having really rude interactions. Are a lot of them like, could a lot of them be stated as rude? Sure. Right. But could many of them just be the byproduct of being followed, looked at, talked to, and screamed at constantly? Yes. And I
Yeah.
was like, and this was before like social media. I can't even imagine how bad it was then.
Yeah.
Now we have the internet. It's just terrible in a different way. Like it's like one bad interaction could have a video go super
100%.
fucking viral. And then
100%.
people are like, oh, she's the rudest person I've ever met. She's so fucking mean. Like she's so this, she's so that. And then everyone just starts making shit up. It's like, it's the most anxiety inducing thing because I struggle with not being able to control. And I cannot control that no matter what I do. No matter
Yeah.
how perfect and awesome and amazing I am,
Yeah.
I can't control that. So like the anxiety I feel, that's why I said I feel like I'm becoming agoraphobic. I don't
Yeah.
like to go anywhere where
Yeah.
there's a lot of people. And one time I did an interview with Rolling Stone and I was like, she was like, oh yeah, like do you have like, do you hang out with like family and stuff? I was like, all the time. I take my family everywhere. It's part of the reason why I feel better, but also why I'm nervous because like, you know,
It's those two things are
it's like,
true.
yeah, it's like I can't keep
tough.
all of them with me at
No.
all times, even though I
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah, always.
And they had mentioned something about milestone parties, and I was like, yeah, I don't really go to those anymore. Like, I can't go to weddings. I can't go to baby showers. I can't go to funerals. I can't go to anything like that because when I do, I pull focus. And, like, that's not a brag. It's the worst thing in the
I
world.
don't even want to celebrate my fucking
It's
birthday.
the worst thing in the world. And when I hang out with
want to
family,
do a birthday dinner. I'm like, ugh.
it's just so terrible. Like even when I go out to birthday dinners, like it's awful. It's one of those things where it's like, it's not worth it to me because I feel like I'm pulling focus and that's unfair.
Yeah.
And I've had people ask to take pictures with me at funerals. Is
That's
this the place?
fucking crazy.
Is this the place?
But then,
no.
no, that's disturbing.
Right. That's what and I'm like, it's almost like that saying when they're like, clout is a hell of a drug, like fame is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like, it's just this incessant need to be like, oh, I need people to know that I saw this person that many people know.
Yeah.
Like,
Or that's when
it's
I'm
weird.
not famous. But I think
Same.
I'm known.
Same,
That's the difference.
same.
And bitch, I'd rather not be known. I'd rather be famous. Honestly, I'd rather be famous on planes and not talking to any, like,
And you have a lot of really famous friends that are also in traditional talent. So do I.
Yes, it's very
and
different.
you know, when we talk to them, they're like, I don't know how you guys do it, because I've had real celebrities tell me like, that's worse to me because that's like all of the view, like you have the world view, like people can see you the way that they can see celebrities, but you have none of the protections.
No,
or
but
the
they're
like
also
walls.
they're also so funny. I was like the other day, but then they don't. I also sometimes don't realize we operate very differently.
Yeah.
And like sometimes like famous people don't realize how famous they are in certain situations because they're
Right.
so out of it. JVN once texted me, love them. They were like, oh my gosh, can you like I would love Lemaire. Like I want Lemaire. I'm like, girl. They will put you on the PR list in 2 seconds.
Yeah, are you crazy?
I was like, they were like, I'll do this, I'll do that. I'm like, Jonathan, you're Jonathan Van Ness,
Mama.
bitch. Like, it's so funny. I'm like, but it's this endearing. It's like I think building relationships in the industry, one with really good people, but then also
Yes.
two with people who have a different type of fame. Like
I
you talk
agree.
about like non-traditional talent, traditional talent,
Yeah.
and then being somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Is very fascinating. Like we
It's so-
live very different lives.
It's so
Very
funny
different
because
lives.
when I work carpets,
Yeah.
right? Like when I do carpet interviews, like when I did SAG.
when you host,
Yes.
when you keynote host carpet interviews.
period, clock it.
Yeah.
When I was hosting SAG, I like the carpet for SAG, I went, like obviously I got a lot of great people there, which was awesome. And then I went inside and did Winter's Walk. When I was going inside, the security guy was like, huge fan. I was like, oh, thanks. And I was like, rare to have a man be a fan.
I was going to
period.
say, we'll take
Love
it. A win is a
that.
win. Yeah.
And then there was like a couple girls working the awards show that told me that. There was like a bathroom attendant that told me that. I was like, oh, period.
Yeah.
And I was with one of my girls from InStyle, and she was like, man, everybody knows you. And I go, yeah, I'm in this really weird pocket of fame where like everybody working the event loves me and everybody attending the event also loves me. Everybody else fucking hates me.
This is... Can you, first of all, clip that?
Yes.
because that is the most. Second of all, that could not be more. I can give you a perfect example.
Yeah, please
I'm having, so I got invited to go during Fashion Week to the Michael Kors runway show.
Period.
Love that team. They're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That show is a traditionally more talent focused show where they
Yeah.
invite celebrities to go, especially during their like seasonal New York, right?
Yes.
So I'm having a panic attack because mind you, this is like one of my big celebrities, and I really want to make a good impression on these things anyway.
Yeah.
So I go sit down, and I am around a bunch of celebrities, and it's one of the first times that I actually felt not imposter syndrome, but I felt I am online going, blah, 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 you need this, blah, blah, blah. And they're like getting Oscars. It's a little different.
And you're sitting next to each
and
other.
I'm like patting down the sweat with my amazing Huda Beauty setting powder. Not sponsored.
Right.
But it's so then what happened was I was sitting there and I remember I really wanted to text my dad because I was really anxious and I was like, I feel like I'm too in my head. So I remember as I was pulling out my phone, Kerry Washington like walked right by me and she sort of stopped and she went, you. And I was like, she was like, love you. And then walked away and I was like, oh, okay, that was weird. And then I kept going, I had my phone out. So I was like, okay, I was still going to text my dad. So then Rachel Ziegler comes right up.
Love her.
Same thing. Comes up. She goes, I love your content. And I'm like, oh, I'm really in my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, but it's different.
Crazy.
I'm telling you, it's like, it's to be known and to not see it. I think it causes this very weird
I agree.
belonging. Because I'm just like, I think also like you and I, we have very traditional talent.
Yes.
Like our opportunities, like we have more to offer than just what this creator economy has built, which I'm really grateful for.
Same.
Sure you are too. But I think like that is something that I always grapple with because in this industry, as you know, right? Like it's like you have certain opportunities that come to you when you're more traditional talent.
Yep.
Fashion is one of them, especially if you want to do luxury.
Yeah.
Very different than like luxury beauty. There's some leeway.
I agree,
there's some
'cause I'm
gays
on
and bays.
luxury
Yeah,
beauty.
there's some gays and bays on those teams. They don't really mind. When it comes to
Right.
Paris, forget it. You're out. Like
for
I'm like
real.
chopped off
Yeah,
that list.
exactly.
So then, but you know what it is? It's I think then it's this double-edged sword. I mean, I know actors who are getting invited to Cannes and who are getting invited to all of these shows, runway shows. They're getting dressed by all the amazing brands. They haven't paid a bill and been able to in weeks because their jobs line up.
That's tea.
Versus I know creators that make more than A-list actors.
Yeah, that's actually tea.
It's very interesting.
It is so strange. And you worked in the creator economy for so long behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's a very
it's unbelievable.
like strange. And it's also another reason why I feel like the natural like I don't know, merging of the two worlds I think is coming down the pipeline. Like and it's one of those things too that we fight against when we do move into spaces with traditional talent where sometimes like they'll invite me to the shit, but then they ask me to park cars while I'm there. Like that's how it feels.
100%.
Like they'll invite me to the shit and then tell me to wait some tables while I'm there just to kind of help out.
100%. Or just like, hey, like here's a phone, make like 15 TikToks. And you're like, oh, I don't know if that was in the scope. Like I'm like, I'm like, as long as like you, Teffy, and like Chang are at events, like I feel more comfortable. Like I'm not even joking. Like it's a very, I do think, I think we occupy a very, and I think that's why sometimes when I post more serious content, I actually tend to reach serious content when I'm talking about like familial relationships when like kids come out as queer, or like serious content when I'm talking about worldly issues and political issues. Like I do feel like I am actually then making more of that impact, and I feel and when I'm writing is something that I've done, and I have.
You are such a wonderful writer.
Thank you. I'm very excited. I have like actual projects. Like this is the thing. Like I have actual projects that are coming out that are
so excited.
Honestly, a lot of them independently funded. Like I'm not like sometimes it's
their passion projects.
Yeah, they're passion projects. They're things that I've been wanting to do for a while. But I do think there is a little bit of that grass is greener.
Yeah.
Like of like, what do I want to do?
Absolutely. Well, and it's like, and obviously because you're so stunning and gorgeous, you're like, okay, I'll lean into the beauty stuff, but then I'm much more than a pair of tits.
I'm much more than a pair of tits and perfectly symmetrical brows. Although they're not sisters right now because I haven't gotten them done. We have a dog. And we just got a puppy. We
need to talk about puppy.
Oh my God.
What's your puppy's name?
Can I explain to you? Pinto.
Pinto.
We rescued him from Puerto Rico, and he was 4 months old. He's lovely. He's really sweet and gentle. He's just nervy on a grande. Like, he's the most anxious dog I've ever met in my life. Let me explain to you what happened this morning. He, for the first time ever, peed outside. So he's pee pad trained right now. So the
Okay.
difficulty is when a dog is really anxious outside and really nervous, they have tunnel vision. So we can't really train him. Mind you, we only started to go on walks with him 2 weeks ago because he will shake and freak out. Now he's
Poor
sort of gay.
baby.
It has to happen. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mary, we need to get you outside. You're not a fucking cat. Like, I'm sorry. So then what we did was we have him do. So then today was the first day, and he found a spot and he peed. So then we had a little treat party, is what it's called. Our
Yeah.
trainer said. He was really excited. We got back in. He has to poop. It's fine. There's a pad. He knows where to go. He has a thing for eating feathers. In our apartment, we have a couch that like emits feather. It's like there's 15 geese in this fucking couch that we bought 5 years ago. So every once in a while, he eat a feather.
I have a feather couch too. I just got.
I want to. I want to.
I hate
I want to
it.
find. I don't even want to. I don't want to burn it down. I want to find who made it, and I want to show up. And I want to just scare them. I don't want to say too much now, but I want to scare them. So
Just a little something.
I just want to give them a little fright. So then he eats these feathers. So mind you, if you're not into this, just like mute for a second. His poop is coming out. It's attached to a feather. He looks back because he's like, why isn't it falling out? He jump scares himself, starts running around the apartment, whipping shit into our CB2 couch, into our Restoration Hardware table, splattered on the wall, yelping. I'm screaming. My boyfriend's on a work call. He thinks something. He's texting me like, is someone in the apartment? We have Ring cameras.
He took a feather and like dipped it in his poop, and he's just riding
And just
all over.
decided to diarrhea across the apartment. Diarrhea. It
Just
was
dragging a paintbrush.
So
across your
when I
apartment.
say that the good moments are really good and the bad moments are,
or so fucking bad you want to die, I get
yeah,
it.
it's just really, really, really tough.
This episode is brought to you by eBay. We all have that piece. You know the one. The thing that's so you. You've basically become known for it. And if you don't have yours yet, you'll find it on eBay. Let me put you on, team. eBay is where you'll find those one-of-a-kind, can't stop researching, stay up dreaming about pieces again and again. I'm talking that Miu Miu off the runway red leather bomber, the Custo Barcelona top with the cowboy on it, or that Patagonia fleece in the 2017 colorway. All these finds are on eBay, and they even offer millions of main character pieces backed by authenticity guarantee. eBay is the place for pre-loved and vintage fashion. eBay, things people love. Literally right before I came here, my same dog who was having issues a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He had issues. I worked all day in LA.
Did you say that you fostered?
We fostered, yeah.
Fostered? Okay, yeah.
And my deaf baby, we fostered him and kept him, and he's been wonderful. He was a nightmare to crate train because our other dog is crate trained, so we're like, you both have to be crate trained.
Oh, yeah,
he was a nightmare to crate train for a while, but then after all, he's perfect now. Now he's perfectly crate trained, which is beautiful.
Must be fucking nice, Drew.
And
He sleeps in between my thighs.
Every single time someone asks me
Crate
about a
train your
dog,
dog.
I say
Crate
crate
train your
train
dog.
them. Like,
Don't do.
I
We
promise
fucked
they'll be
up.
fine.
We fucked up.
I
Don't.
promise
Yeah.
they'll be fine. And they like my oldest baby, like he could stay. Obviously, I'm not leaving him in there for this long, but he could be in that crate for 24 hours.
Yeah,
and he
and
would not pure poop.
I will say the only good thing is that when Pinto's in bed at like 9 or 10 p.m., he'll hold it until like 5:36.
That's nice.
So it does a little bit of that, but crate train your fucking dog. Doesn't matter how much they whine, they're fine.
They're fine.
We made the anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So I was at work all day,
Uh-huh.
and so when I came home, there was like new dog beds and stuff like on the like that my fiance had bought, and I was like, oh my god, are you replacing their like linens and stuff? And then he goes, yeah, well, one of us had an accident, and I don't want to say who it was, but it was someone who went to the hospital recently because they were all sitting next to each other. And I was like, what happened? So my man went to the gym and put them in the crates. He was only gone for like an hour, and they always sleep. And we have a little doggy cam that looks at them.
Yeah, we have like 15 rings in the apartment.
And so they just sleep the whole time. And so he said he came back, and he didn't look at the camera because there was no movement or anything. He said he came back, and showed me a video, and he had to poop. He had diarrhea. It wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
But he put his ass up against the side of the crate and shot it out like a gun. And what's funny is my other dog had stomach issues for a year before we took him to a
Oh,
specialist. He was so crate trained, he did the same exact shit. When he had to shit once, he just stuck his ass on the side, shot it out like a flare
I
gun.
think they do it on purpose. I don't like one time, literally, when we were gone and we didn't have a pee pad, Pinto goes, walks, looks into the Ring camera and just starts shitting and keeps eye contact. I'm like, you fucking loser. Like, I know you're doing, and then I don't know if you feel this way, when people who haven't rescued a dog
Yeah.
and know it, and they're like, just take him outside. I'm like, I'm going to punch you in the fucking neck. I'm going to punch you in the
Why
neck
didn't
right
I
now.
think of that?
Oh, let me just take him outside. Like, it's really, I will say it is the most, when people say it's the most gratifying experience when you foster and then you take, like, it's
It
because we
is.
fostered him for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we knew it was going to be tough.
Yeah.
But it is the wins
I agree.
are
Especially when
really
you're
amazing.
rehabilitating
They're
them.
really amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's like, I don't share that much with him. Like,
Yeah.
we created an Instagram account that Michael was supposed to hone in on. He's not too tech savvy, guys. He was like, how do you reel? And I'm like, I need
Reel?
to leave. I need to leave.
How
I
do you
need to
do
leave. I need to
reels?
leave this apartment. So we don't share a lot about him. I do on TikTok. I sort of like, I post like pleas of help for people who've had rescues. And I'm like, so he won't do this and he won't do this. And a lot of people give advice and it's really sweet. It's like solicited. Like, I'm like, I would love to know. So, but you know what? It's a journey.
I know. You and I had talked about it when you
Yes.
first got him too. I told you get a trainer because that's
We
what
have a
I
trainer.
did too.
I will. And the thing is with the crate training, we're moving soon. So our goal is to get him to at least enjoy a new environment. If it's all
That's
new, then we can start new.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. And I had to do that too, even with my dog, that when we moved homes, he was already crate trained.
Yeah.
He did kind of have to re-crate train anyways because like they're getting used to the new environment. So like that's good. Also, don't put it in your room. I know that's what I tell people all the time.
Yeah, that we've heard. Just put in your living room.
Yeah, that's where ours are, and they go behind the couch. When my dog shot shit out of his ass like a gun.
Yeah.
Get this, didn't get on the couch. I was like, was it on the couch? Because I hate the couch and I want to replace it.
Oh.
And he goes, no, it missed the couch. I was like, fuck.
The next thing is you shitting on the
Then
couch.
I have to shoot
yeah,
shit out of
now
my
I have
ass.
to shit out of my ass on the couch so we can get a new Restoration Hardware couch.
Oh, this fucking feather
no,
couch.
No, literally, they are the worst.
I get poked.
I know.
Like, I'm like, why am I getting scratched on my own couch?
No, it's really, really, really bad.
And I loved what it looked like, and I didn't even get it from, where'd you get yours? CB2? No, I didn't even get it from there. I got
mind you, I love CB2. I just hate this fucking couch.
I just hate feathers.
I know, I hate it.
I get that.
It's
Even
very
my dog, well, my first dog, he was allergic. He was having diarrhea, peeing out of his butt for like what felt like a year.
Really? It was that bad?
Yeah.
Did he have, mine just had Giardia twice, so they had to go on those meds that make them bite.
Yeah,
It's really scary.
They kept telling me, oh, it must be Giardia. I'm like, it's not Giardia. He's been tested for that 3 times. Like, I kept telling them, it's not that. It's not that. I took him to like 3 or 4 different vets. Then I got so sick of them because there's also the stigma about Frenchies, which I understand. What are you going to do? They're already alive, so I have to take
stigma?
them. It's just that they're not supposed to be here, which is true. Like
exist.
they're a
got it.
man-made dog.
Right,
so
right,
they have all
right.
these health issues, which I know.
Got you.
And so I felt like every vet I was taking him to forever was like writing all of it off as like, oh, he's just a Frenchie. He's just going to do that. I was like, that's not how it works.
No, he's peeing shit. Like,
yeah, I was like, there's liquid coming out of his ass. That's not. One time my Frenchie took a shit, like my first one, he took a shit on the wall. It literally, I heard it go like,
yeah,
out
it's
the
a
back
horror film.
like a parachute.
Yeah,
I was like,
someone called A24 produced that film.
Right,
It's
I saw it like
horror.
spray on the wall like blood, like he got shot in the head.
How long did he have that for?
Like 8 or 9 months.
Oh my god!
And then I couldn't take it anymore, so I researched like a Frenchie bulldog specialist, like someone that only works on those dogs, and then I took him there, and she looked at him for like 10, 15 minutes, and she was like, I think he's allergic to the food. And I was like, I had switched his food like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, so you were like, no, it can't be that.
Well, I was like, I have switched to this and this and this. And she goes, yeah, but sometimes Frenchies are allergic to protein and they need protein. Didn't know that. When I tell you both my dogs are on a prescribed kibble, it's hydrolyzed protein.
Oh, I love that.
You can't get it.
So into
You
that.
literally need a prescription from a vet to order it because it's that special ordered. Like,
wow, you could get a Birkin before you could get this.
yes, I have to put it on like an auto refill so that it sends to my house every 3 weeks.
Wow.
Because it's that hard to get.
And they're fine now.
Yeah, they're complete. I gave him that first day out, like with a little wet food topper. Hasn't had it since.
Oh, God.
And I was like, oh, imagine all these other fucking people are telling me, because he wasn't just peeing out of his butt, he was also vomiting like he's in The Exorcist.
Oh,
When I was explaining
Baba.
it to my vet, the specialist, she goes, well, what kind, is it like regurgitation where they just kind of spit?
You're like,
Or
no,
is
it's exorcisms.
it like
Yeah.
vomit? Right. I said, you know the movie The Exorcist when her head spins around and then it shoots out like black liquid?
Yeah.
That's what it is. What do you
You're
call
like, that
that?
was me reacting to him doing that.
And he would sometimes, I bought a brand new rug for our room.
You'll forget that.
And I was peeing with the door open because he was on his throw up shit at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard him start going,
Oh,
and I was like, squid.
Oh.
I was like
Oh.
calling because I couldn't see him. And so I finally like finished and I got up. He was laying on the ground, got up, went on my rug,
yeah.
threw up
I told
on
you.
it.
Yeah, did it on purpose.
Got right off it later.
Crazy. Crazy.
Why
So,
do they do that?
net, don't get a fucking dog. If you can, if you don't want your entire life around. And also, no, like the Giardia was, I've had Giardia, mind you. It's a river disease.
Oh,
like,
so
is,
it's hereditary then, you and your son.
Completely. Like, I was once at the doctor and they were like, this doesn't happen to humans. I'm like, this makes me feel a lot worse. I don't feel like this is a safe space.
I
I'm
thought
not...
you were going to make me feel better.
True. Anyway, we've been going through it, but everything else is good.
Well, let's talk about work. What are you doing? What are you working on? What's new for you?
Okay, so I'm doing a lot of writing. I have
Yes.
2 very exciting projects that are, I would say, a little bit in the works. One of them is getting produced soon. What I can say is that one of them is a little bit focused more in the children's book sort of a world.
How exciting.
And then the other one is more of I love writing affirmations for people. I think they're really important, and I think that it doesn't have to be as difficult
You're
than
really
you think.
good at affirmations.
I think it's really fun.
You
so
post them a lot,
So
too.
I wrote a bunch down that I really loved, and they're gonna be in physical format pretty soon,
Oh my
which will be very
God,
fun.
how exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
I got chills.
I'm really
I got chills
like
'cause
it's
I'm so
actually
happy for you.
just it's really cold in here. No, so I'm really excited about that, and I think like for me too, I've been leaning more into comedy. I'm just like,
You have
listen,
been.
I'm like, it's just
Well, you're a funny ass bitch.
we're funny ass, and I think if I asked a lot of my friends, like childhood friends, like because like they're like, you're a comedian. I'm like, that's disgusting. I'm like, no, I'm not. But I really do think like I'm enjoying the opportunity to try out different types of comedy more.
I agree.
I think that is.
I think you're suited for it, to be
I
honest.
think that yeah. So I think I'm gonna try and explore a little bit more into that world.
And the funniest people have have a lot of trauma, obviously.
yes.
And they're smart as fuck. That's why I
Yeah.
was like, that you have both of those
yeah,
things. Look at us.
I was literally chatting with Alok recently. We went
I
and got
love
breakfast, and they were just
Alok.
like, listen, like that, like lean into your humor. I think a lot of people think that like to be like a person of color, to be queer, non-binary is like this doom and gloom world. But I'm like, we're funnier than you.
No,
like we
the
just need to.
funniest
I'm like,
people
oh, okay,
alive.
like we should just start to show it. And I'm like, it's just not that serious.
No, never.
Like it's really, really, and I don't think it like takes us back. I don't think to self-deprecate and be funny
Yeah.
takes us back. Like I do.
I don't think so either.
No, I just think it's like the other side has been
Yeah.
playing this game for a really long time. Like, why can't we? Why can't I be like problematically funny and say shit? Like,
Right.
I'm just tired of feeling like I need to be policed even by people in my own community for doing
Yeah.
things. Like a lot of people have problems sometimes when like I'll make a satirical video about pronouns
Yeah.
and make it really ridiculous in a characterization of itself. I'm like, bitch, look around. We're cooked. Like this is
Yeah.
not going to be the end of it. Like
No
my
shit.
pronouns joke is
Well,
not the reason why. I'm like,
and why are they allowed to joke
I'm
about
like,
it?
whatever.
And also like that's one of those things where I feel like you have to factor in good faith.
Yeah.
Like you're literally non-binary, so like you can
100%.
joke about it if you would like to.
I'm like,
That's-
there are days that I'm more he him. I get it. Like I'm not denying that, but I'm also like, I think like when we bring humor into these moments,
I
I think we
agree.
can also grow ourselves. Like I think
I
I've
agree.
become a lot stronger in leaning into comedy. I think people really underestimate how much humor can. People say humor disarms other people, and I really think it can disarm yourself. Like I really has taken me far.
Well, and I talked to Alok about this too when they were on my show too, but like you were saying, it's not all doom and gloom.
It's
Like
not.
Alok was saying, I want to be able to laugh. Like, why do I always have to be
Prophetic.
Yeah, prophetic and an like an altruistic, like ally, an activist. Like I am all of those things.
Yeah.
I'm also funny as hell, so
Yeah.
there's that too.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of a slut. There's
Yeah.
that too. Like, oh, well, Loke was killing me. I was like, it's true though. It's like, it's the same thing when you talk about media that focuses on marginalized people.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't always have to be trauma porn.
No.
Sometimes it could just be a silly rom-com. I mean, you made 1,000 for white people.
100%.
Throw us in there.
I look at all these like podcasters and this whole sort of like community of I think like white creators who've had a lot of success, and great, that's awesome, good for them. But it's like, you know what I mean? I'm like, they'll say shit that I'm like, if I
Don't even get me
if
started.
I said half, like, I think you'll know this because I always say, even when you're with like in event spaces, I think about this all the time. If I
Yeah.
behaved the way that some of these white creators, like,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
know, and it's a specific number of them that are like in the New York world that bitch, and they'll never be canceled.
Ever.
They'll get their rates will go up. Are you kidding? When they get canceled, your rates literally go up. Like, it's very different.
Yeah,
It's
our
very-
careers are shattered, and they're
shattered.
Sore. They're sore.
Not
so
only
far
are our careers
beyond.
shattered on this side, then your own community's like, you're a fucking disgrace. I'm like, I'm never gonna win. I don't know what to tell you. It's very different. It's really hard.
It's true. I joke about that with my friends sometimes too, where I'm like, if I gave that joke to a white person in this space, oh, they'd
Very.
sell out. They'd
Oh,
sell out
it-
Madison Square Garden
100%.
in my name.
100%. All I have to say on camera is, do you ever think that a man could... Laughs, giggles, everyone's dying. Then if I say something that's like actually about... You misandrist, you, and there's men in your community, I'm like, I need to be asleep for a week. I need one of those, I need to go to that special clinic in Tribeca where they... for a week.
Oh, bitch! I literally I need to go to Arkham Asylum. Fucking when
I'll
they
pay
when
a
they do that shit
premium.
to me.
I'm not going for an influencer rate. I'm not going for a collab. I will pay
51.50
for
me.
that.
Yeah, I made a joke with my friend Owen on his podcast about Capricorns. I was talking about Capricorns, and I was like, oh, I feel like Capricorns are assholes. Whatever. I made a joke about Capricorns.
Which, like...
And then someone commented on the video and was like, you know what? Right? Like, they're saying, like, it's unbelievable that all you ever do is talk about how much you hate them. Like, just going at me, and then literally wrote, like, I know you have trauma with them, but if that's the case, maybe you should go work on it in therapy. Hey, bitch, relax.
You should have commented, me if I was a Capricorn.
You know what's funny is
you just
this
outed
is the
yourself.
most Capricorn thing you could do.
And that, you know what? I'm at that place where I'm like, that's the response. It is. What am I at this point? We're cooked.
I made a joke too. I made a joke to my friends about straight girls. I'm like, well, that's how I know you're straight, because you can't take a joke. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna laugh because I'm a straight bitch and I'm laughing.
Yeah.
I made the joke, but I'm like, see, you should be able to joke about your own marginalizations that you sit at. I don't think there's anything against that.
Listen, I always say the hottest men are the ones who are able to realize and are able to understand the system versus the person. I feel like we talked about this in the last podcast.
Period.
It's so different.
It is true.
And then, you know what? If I do say all men, I mean all men. Yeah. And that's fine.
And maybe I did.
And maybe I fucking did.
And maybe I meant
And maybe
to.
there's one day where like you there's some guys who are funny and like you're fine. That's fine too.
And
it can change.
You're just like me, because I know we've talked about this, but I'll make white people jokes around white people. Yeah. Just to see.
Yeah. The best white people love it.
Yeah. I want to see if you care.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're cool or not.
100%. I'm like, y'all are homophobic 24/7. I'm cackling. I'm like, bitch, I turn that into content. Like, you can't take a joke.
That's why I just told Caleb this when I recorded with him, but I like said on Trixie's channel that I make this joke all the time. It's a running bit I have in my head where like when I meet someone who doesn't look anything like me, like they're not built like me, they're not the same age or height or whatever race, I'll say like, well, we're about the same build, so like, where do you shop? Like, that joke makes me giggle so hard in my head, because I'm like, if I see Sydney Sweeney, I'm going to say it to her and she's going to be offended, and that makes me laugh.
Oh, you know her publicist is going to be running into that room.
And then people in the comments, because someone was like, this was the funniest part of the episode, like this is the funniest thing that Drew said. Someone was like, that's so fucking, like, why would you want to hurt someone's feelings? I literally wrote to them, I said, what's so bad about looking like me?
What's so bad about me wanting to hurt someone's feelings?
And I even said to him, like, that joke makes me laugh on a twofer, because it makes you, it literally forces you to confront your internalized biases.
Why would you think that?
In front of me live.
Yeah.
I'm laughing.
Wild.
Because if someone tested me, I'd be fine.
Do you stand up?
No. I've done it a few times. I've done a few. Well, I say a few. I did one. Okay. I have performed live, but it's not the same as stand-up.
Okay.
But that's why I laughed so hard at that joke, and then people are like, "Oh, that's so fucked up. That's so." I was like, "What's so fucked up about looking like me?"
Yeah, I think someone who also does that really well. I think you've had them on your podcast, but Bob, drag queen. Yes. Bob does it. Bob does it really well during stand up. Like I think there's again like if we're not going to be the ones to use the content and use whatever humiliation, whatever negativity people try and throw away and like reverse that.
Right.
I don't think there's no. Where is the joy? Like, where is the fun? Like, what? Like, we can all do this together.
Yeah, but like, let's all laugh.
100%.
Let's all laugh, and you can take a joke like a motherfucker, which is why I love you so much.
Yeah,
like
I like him. I'm like him really, really brutal too. I'm like, listen, I've heard everything under the book. Like,
that's true.
Get creative, bitch. Like, make me laugh.
Yeah, chances are.
Make me laugh.
I might have heard it already.
Make me laugh, and you might just get a little video shout out. I'm really, it really is.
When I was dealing, I always deal with awful men on the internet, but one time I had a guy, like, after I got engaged, like, was like, basically saying the only reason that I would have gotten engaged is either he's with me for money or it's like a shut up ring.
Ooh.
Which everyone's like, shut up rings don't look like that. And I said, clock it.
Yeah.
But when I made a response about it, because this dude I let him live the first time he talked shit on me.
Okay, so
because it wasn't worth it.
He's a recurring little bitch.
Yeah, when he got too confident and came back, I was like, now I gotta fuck you up, and this is on you.
Yeah,
this is your fault.
Yeah.
Remember,
gave you a chance.
Right?
Drew gives people chances. I just want that on the record.
At this
Drew
point,
gives people chances. At this point, okay.
And then when I made a response, I was like, there's a whole myriad of things I could say about this, but I've already talked about it. Like all these stupid excuses you guys make for why I could never be married, whatever, which is clearly not the case anymore. But I was like, one of the things I said, I was like, why is it always money that he's with me? What if he's with me for my incredible snatch? Is that not on the table? What if it's purely my body? What if he's objectifying me?
What if
he's over-sexualizing me and he only sees me as a whole? Now what?
And you know what? Mind you, let's brainstorm. What like bring all the it's really wild.
What if?
Get creative.
That's why I was like, what if he's using me for my just unbelievably stellar body?
Yeah.
Then what?
You seen these tits? You looking?
And then I'm like, and then all of a sudden it's not.
They're like, wait,
anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then it crosses the line. Like, okay, bitch.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's really good though. I really like that.
I do have some fun facts about you.
Okay, yes, let's do it.
What a fun transition into fun facts.
Very. I love a good fun fact.
Me too.
Can I debunk the facts?
Yes, of course you can.
I'm kidding.
We're all about journalistic prowess here, obviously.
Oh, here? Of course.
Okay. Right here it says that you were the leader of your college a cappella group called Notorious.
High school.
High school.
Yes. That's tough.
What are you, an alto, tenor, soprano?
I was tenor, came out as non-binary alto. That pipeline really worked for me.
Adam can sing too, so Adam's like...
Yeah. I hit a new range of falsetto.
Okay,
yeah.
T.
Yeah, it was work.
Whenever I get asked, I'm like, I'm an alto, bitch. I'm in the chorus. You already know that about me.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. I wish I could sing. You can sing, though.
Listen.
I've heard you dabble.
I can dabble. Mm-hmm. I can dabble. I do think that I've been trying to figure out, like, how to bring my singing and my music into my content. But every time I film a video, I want to take my phone. I want to shove it so far up my own. I want to aggravate my IBS with how much I hate it. I can post an ad I can post the cringiest ad and I'll be like, whatever, post. Me singing, I have to meet someone.
No one can see you.
No, no one can. I can't. So when you do see it, just know that it was a good day.
It took a lot to post it.
Yeah, just know I either got dick down or I was in a good mood. So that's the only way.
That's so real. Because I've told you before, and I've said this story a million times, but when I got an audition for animated film, and they asked me if I could sing, I said no. Then they said, perfect. Okay, do these lines, and then also send us a video of you singing a cappella for 1 minute.
1 minute?
1 minute, bitch. And they said to sing a song, like any song you wanted, but preferably one that most people would know.
365 potty girl bumping that.
Yeah,
just
I
a
sing
minute.
Apple.
Just a minute. Oh my god. You just do the dance. You don't even sing. That would
and then I get cast.
Yeah, you're cast. Exactly.
Charlie XCX.
Dead. Okay, sorry. Okay, you were saying.
I couldn't even watch it.
Yeah,
when I was trying to sing, because I asked my cousin who can sing really well.
Can I watch it? Do you have it?
No,
okay,
I don't have it.
Okay.
I literally, it's so funny because I made my cousin record it, and I said, don't show it to me. Just
Yeah.
send it to me.
One
and
and
all I
done.
did was attach it to an email and sent it.
Yeah.
My mom was like, I watched it. It wasn't bad. And I was like, don't lie to me.
Yeah. No, don't.
Don't lie to me.
But you know what? There is also something very empowering about knowing your strengths and knowing your weaknesses.
Yeah, like I'm so with you. I could go and like riff for a minute, like on a stage. I could like film an ad and not care.
No,
But singing, there's just something about it. I can't
but listen, and
do
I'm
it.
delusional. I auditioned. I think I can talk about this now. I auditioned for a role on You for the new season, which
Okay,
was
T.
amazing. Didn't get the part. Obviously. I watched back. I'm like, did you see me? I watched.
It's okay. I auditioned for the live action one and I did not get it either.
Crazy.
Period.
They'll
Let that
come.
rest.
Listen,
Right.
I watched my own self tape. I was like, I'm gonna fucking get this part. I'm gonna shoot in New York for 3 months. I saw the person who had the role, and I was like, oh, I'm delusional. That's an actor. I was like, there's again your strengths and your like you just know. Yeah, you're gonna be on season 5 of You. Shut the fuck up, seriously. Moron. Love them though. Love Penn.
Moron.
Yeah, I'm like, if you have me, I'll be the rock. I'll be the rug that Penn Badgley steps on.
No shit. I literally, every time I send a self-tape, there's just never any dignity in it.
No, there's not.
Especially when they go, no thank you.
Oh, I know.
Gotten a few of those. You know what's funny is I read for a part on, well, I'll just say it, Euphoria,
Okay.
the new season.
Okay.
The role was a podcast host. In my slate, I literally said, I'm actually currently the host of 2 podcasts, so if I don't get this, it's really embarrassing. And guess what? Didn't get it.
Oh,
And I was like,
you said.
I did, because I've talked to my other actor friends, I'm sure you've heard this too, about the slates, and I've been like, can you be funny in those, or are they looking real standard? And Caleb was like, I'm always funny in mine. And I was like, okay, T, he's been casting stuff. I'm going to
Yeah.
Maybe it was bad advice.
Oh, it's
but
really tough,
honestly,
Caleb.
honestly though, you're so fucking tall.
Yeah.
And so am I.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they want us to be 5'2".
Yeah.
And the other day I was telling my team, I was like, I think I'm going to start lying in my slates about how tall I am.
No.
And they were like, really?
Wait,
I go,
did we not talk about this? I agree
No.
100%.
oh my God. Okay, let's talk about it.
Literally, once I got feedback, we decided to go in another direction. I was like, guys, they didn't want a monster on set. I was like, I literally was like, no, I look insane. It was for like a role in drag. Mind you, I would have
Okay.
worn 8-inch heels. I was like, this is not fucking Godzilla. I was like, they went in a different
with
direction. Yeah, they
8-inch
didn't
heels
want,
was
they didn't want,
crazy.
no, it's insane. I genuinely believe this shit.
I agree. And after I talked to ER Fightmaster, I agree even more, because ER was telling me, yeah, they'll cast me as like a lesbian in
Yeah.
a show. And then ER goes, but then it sometimes feels like they're going, okay, well, you're the boy one, so you're bigger. You're the
Yeah.
boy one, you're bigger, because ER is really tall.
Yeah.
But then they said when they were in certain scenes, like they'll put their love interest on boxes because
Yeah.
they think the height is too tall. But with men, they love it.
Uh-huh.
With anyone that's not a man, they're like, too tall, scary.
Yeah, too tall,
Too
scary.
tall, scary. And I told my team, I was like, I think I'm gonna start lying about my height. I'm gonna start saying like 5'6".
Men lie about their height all the time on fucking dating
Listen,
apps,
I'm
why
gonna
not
start
do
rounding
it?
down. And
Literally.
then my team was like, I mean, okay, like they're just entertaining me. And then I go, me just not even considering it's a skill issue. I'm like, it has to be the height.
No,
They're not picking me because I'm too tall.
100%. They went in a different direction. They just didn't want a tall,
Yeah.
cute little bitch on set.
Oh,
no,
clearly
you
they don't
can't
want
act.
stallions on set.
You
so.
can't. You did not perform, Mama. The self-tape went straight into the self-trash.
And then the more, you know what, the more celebrities I meet, I'm like, who would I be opposite of
I
a love
know,
interest?
I
Unless
know.
it's The Rock, and that's my sister.
Yeah, I would do it to like a multiple personality of myself. Preferably like a mean one. I could do well in that.
I was like, you know what? You know what's so funny though is I panic sometimes about doing romantic scenes in acting. Do you ever think about that?
I do, but I think the opposite.
You get excited.
I get really excited. But no, I mean, mind you, Michael and I actually said no to certain things that I was like, this also just like doesn't work, and they want me to like talk in AAVE, and I'm like, this is not Gen Z, this is racist. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm just like, yeah, this is not right. But there was one role in particular that I was like, I can't do that. I was like, it's just, there's a certain thing. I'm like, because we're so close with our family. My parents would watch, Michael would watch this. Like, it's just not happening. I'm sorry.
And I need you to tell me what it is after.
Yeah, I will.
But I agree. I was panicking about it just because like, oh men just disgust me.
Yeah, I know.
And I just get so horrified at the thought of having to kiss one. And I was like, I was having this like existential crisis about this problem that I do not have because I have not been cast in anything. But I'm like, oh God, what am I gonna
But
do?
it's hours spent, of course.
Yeah, I was like,
how am I gonna look? What is my face gonna look like when I go to set the first day? I need to make sure that they know that I'm like, really excited to be here. But mind you, none of this is happening.
Yeah,
none of this is happening.
Pre-planning.
No, it's really, I get that too. But you know what? I think that's acting.
I think so too.
If you could pull it off, you'd
Delusional.
be an delusional.
You gotta be delusional till you get it.
I'll stick to acapella.
Yeah.
Don't mind.
Yeah. You could be the next Pitch Perfect. This next one says you're a third generation Gemini. I love Geminis.
Thank you.
Geminis get a bad rap, but I love them.
You know what? We kind of do it to ourselves. I get it. I think I'm more of my Virgo rising. I
right,
do.
That's T.
My moon's in Taurus. It's a whole thing. Michael's a Taurus.
I
will
love
say
Tauruses.
I love Tauruses. My grandpa was June 1st. My mom is May 28th. I'm June 7th. So between all of us.
It's funny. It's not your dad. It's your mom.
Oh, I know. He is. He could not be more of a Virgo. Like it's really actually painful.
Mi gente.
Yes.
Me and your dad. It says, in the summer of 2011, you were an assistant stage manager for a small family theater company and produced 4 shows with them. Amanda's not in here, but Amanda's more new.
This is cruel.
I just read the theater one where they produce
the Wheelock Family Theater. Shout out to the Wheelock Family Theater. Community theater is very important. Inclusive casting.
Love.
They cast it. They did not. When they say they don't see color, they really didn't. They really didn't see color. That was where I had my my first. I will say I was in Aladdin. I was in Aladdin, which kind of shook me to my core a bit. So at least give me Jasmine. I think I was an elf. I don't even think there's an elf in Jasmine. I mean, in Aladdin. But it was that is a really crazy fact because then I did a lot of shows with them and I love them.
I love that. I think that's so great.
Crazy.
You're like in the show Glee. That's you. You were an acapella.
Yeah, I was in the off-Broadway version of that one, for sure. Not even off-Broadway.
You were one of the college campus tour guides called Shield Heads. Is that true?
High school.
High school again.
Almost nailed it. I was a really good tour guide.
I bet.
I sold the shit out of that elite boarding school. I really
Why
did.
Shield Heads?
I don't know. Does that sound violent?
Yeah.
Like you show up in armor? Yeah.
Like the castle or something.
We did have a castle.
Oh,
we literally ate in a castle. Maybe that's why. Maybe that was why.
Maybe that's why.
I never knew that. No, you're right. My high school, we ate in a castle. You can drag me for that. That's fucking insane. I don't know. My immigrant parents were like, you're going to go to an elite boarding school. They sent me to a castle. It's really beautiful, though. Anyway.
Made you funny. So there you go.
Dedham's a great town. Shout out to Dedham, Massachusetts. Actually, no, don't. I might cut that. Do not. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It says you have a bartending certification from Harvard.
I do! You bitches always said I'd never make it to Harvard. I have a certificate, mama. Mind you.
That's crazy.
Framed in my dad's office.
You're a mixologist.
Yeah, I'm a
Look
mixologist.
You do be making cute little drinks.
I do, but I did lie before I got it.
Nice.
There was this like sugar daddy in New York when I moved here who wanted to just hire me to like do private parties in his penthouse. I would get tipped amazingly. And then when I started to get like noticed in the bartending scene, I had to get my certification.
Okay.
So I decided why not go to Harvard?
The table in the beginning?
What? Like it's hard? It actually was. It was really stressful.
Do you like being a mixologist?
Yeah, but if you ask me to make a mojito, I'm going to fucking punch you in the face. There are some drinks that I'd be like, we're out. They're like a vodka. I'm like, yeah, for you, bitch. Sorry, it's violent. But like, it's really, like, get a beer. And you know me.
Yeah.
Great. Easy. I do love to make a Cosmo. I can make a really good Cosmo.
I bet.
Yeah, but the most important thing is getting cold pressed juice. Because you can't really fresh squeeze cranberries.
Yeah.
Cold pressed at Whole Foods. They have a great one.
Okay, T, look at you.
Yeah.
You can speak 4 languages. This I actually did know.
I can speak 4 languages.
Yeah, English, Farsi, French, and Spanish.
Yes. All of them almost fluently.
One of my really good friends from high school, Farsi was her first language.
Oh, period.
And so then she started speaking. Obviously, her parents never talked to her in English, but like I remember one time I spoke to someone who's Persian, and they were saying like, "Oh, it's like in my native tongue." I was like, "Oh, is it Farsi?" And they were like, "Oh my God, yeah!" And they were like, "Nobody ever knows that."
Nobody ever knows that.
Yeah,
that's great though. I learned French by accident though. Like my parents used to talk shit about us in French because we didn't understand it, and then when we learned it, we were like, "Now what? Now what?" because we knew Farsi.
Because I know your dad went to art school in France.
Yeah, my parents, my
Yes.
mom went to graphic design, traditional. My dad went to an architectural art school.
Yeah.
They met. And so we have a lot like of ties to France.
Yeah.
Then when they moved to the States, we learned Farsi, English, and then French, and then Spanish. Because I was like, why the fuck not? So I was like making it into those Ivy League.
One way or
Never
another.
did, yeah. Except for bartending.
You're right.
Made it either way.
That's funny. I speak Spanish too. I told people before I speak better Spanish than I do someone, which is just crazy to think about. But that's just because someone's a lot less accessible.
There's also like words that don't translate well into English.
Yeah.
Like, for example, guzan berichet is like when someone does something that's you know, naughty or whatever. You say guzan berichet, or like, you know, you can. It translates to my fart to your mustache. Literally.
Well, you aren't supposed to be doing that, so I guess it's literally translated.
That's what I'm saying. So it's the language is very interesting. Sometimes I prefer, except when I'm angry, my Farsi is fluent.
Yeah, it's also like it's almost like every language other than English is so beautiful and poetic and prophetic in the way it describes things. Like even like someone language, they speak in proverbs and prophecies a lot too, and they're so beautiful when you translate them.
I'm like, y'all were etching into caves. We had empires.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
dude.
And mind you, Farsi, there's no gender pronouns. There's only they, them. There's no word for she or he. So everybody's they, them. Period.
Look at you,
That's why I'm like, everybody's like, oh, your parents must have been tough. I'm like, they just kept speaking. I'm like, they didn't have to bring the pronoun. They just kept saying it in Farsi.
They said, okay.
Yeah, I know.
What about the Ivy League?
No, literally. Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Priorities.
And then the last fun fact is you performed in the musical Rent at your college in 2014.
I did, and I was Angel.
How exciting.
Yeah, it was really good. That was a highlight of like my performing career.
Okay, well tell me again you can't sing.
It was a moment. It was a moment.
I bet. You are so talented it makes me sick to my stomach. You
oh my god, can we clip that, please?
It's
Thank
true.
You, thank you.
It's
You're
true.
so sweet.
And I sing your praises all the time. But that also reminds me too, I recorded with Cynthia Erivo, and she's also, I know it's not nuts. It comes out in a few weeks. But I wanted to tell you, she reminds me a lot of you.
Oh my god.
Because she has so many fucking talents. It's like insane. Which you would think would be obvious, but it's not. Like the shit she does is like that's how I feel talking to you. I'm like, oh, of course you're gonna do that.
I'm sweating a lot right now because to compare me, to put me in that same world. No, I always say I have two prized possessions. You can't see it now, but when this turns hot, my doorman bought this for us in Dominican Republic. It's photos of me and Michael. So when you put boiled water in it,
cute.
I mean, this will make sense in a second. So one prized possession. Like if there was a fire in our apartment, I would throw these in my Birkin and like fuck the Birkins. And then a signed poster of Cynthia Erivo from when she was on Color Purple for her 9-month run. I think it was 9 months or a year.
When she won her Tony, I'm very familiar.
It's one of those things where like to be in the presence of that level of greatness is something that is
and I didn't even know you loved her like that.
No,
you just remind me a lot of her. Oh my god. And it's so real. And when y'all meet, because I know you will, if come hell or high water, if I have to do it myself, I'll make sure.
Yeah.
But you remind me a lot of her because you have so many fucking talents.
Oh my
so it's just like, it's kind of like every day you wake up and you're like, what am I going to master
today?
Oh
my goodness. I'm like, listen, today I've mastered a little bit of anxiety. So it's, the world's your oyster. Just go out and do what you do best. But I will, hopefully, I'm manifesting meeting her.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure it happens. No need to manifest, you told me. So I'll put it into the universe. And by that I mean her team's hands.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. That might take some time. They're busy. They're both busy. But thank you.
I love you. Do you have anything else you want to promote or talk about?
I would like to say that no, I'm just happy to be here. You know what? Actually, shout out to my real estate agent, Jordan at Next Step Realty. Great guy. He does a lot of really good work. We've worked with him for 7 years. If you're in New York and you need a great real estate agent, hit up Next Step Realty.
You.
That's all.
I fucking love you.
Yeah,
you're the best. And I think you're Obviously I'll jerk you off all day till the cows come home. But I genuinely am so grateful to have met you.
The feeling is...
You've made me a better person.
The feeling is very abundantly mutual.
And I love you. It feels like we see each other all the time. And this is the first time we've seen each other since Christian Siriano, I think, last year.
Which is crazy.
Which was crazy.
Crazy.
You and I being there was crazy.
Yeah, but I also, like, you guys, I will manically FaceTime. There's two
That's
people that
true. We do talk on the phone a lot.
Yeah, but then there's sometimes when, like, I don't expect anyone to pick up. Like, Teffy has blocked me. Just 2 numbers. On one of them, and not even because my number's new.
No.
I'm like, it's like literally Drew and Teffy that if I'm like, should I get a banana? Or like, I'm having a mental breakdown. One of the two. It's like either Drew or Teffy. Anyway.
Or sometimes we'll just text each other and I'll text you, I'll be like, bitch. And you're like, call me in 5.
Yeah, I know. It's like, because you guys, it's so funny. You guys, not you guys, but you guys out there think that like we don't see shit like on TikTok or things that go around.
Oh, baby.
Just know that we're here for each other and we support each other.
Trust me when I say. We're on the ground floor. Unfortunately, but fortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I fucking love you.
Love you.
I'm so glad you got to come back.
Thank you so much.
And
for
I'm glad I
having
got to
me.
come to your fucking city this time so we can record together.
Yeah, this was very fun.
I love you.
Love you too.
I hope tell Michael and Pinto I love them as well.
I will.
I'm rooting for y'all through this newborn phase.
We'll be sending more updates. Hopefully no more Giardia. Enough of that.
Oh yeah,
Shit.
you're like, okay, 3 times
Literally,
good.
3 times is the charm.
Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode of the comment section. Thank you so much to my amazing guest, Cyrus. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Substack at Cyrus Veyssi, CYRUSVEYSSI, and slide into my DMs. We'll have some fun.
Cyrus is the funniest and sweetest, and also the beauty recs out of control.
Oh,
I trust your beauty recs like my life depends on it.
Do you know what's so crazy? I will respond to a DM about like a beauty question sometimes more than like someone who needs like serious help about something. Just be like, I can tell you about like the La Mer moisturizing soft cream that I have.
Are you best I can do?
Best I
La
can
Mer
do.
soft
It's La
cream.
Mer. Yeah, when in doubt, don't lament La Mer. Like it's very... So, anyway.
I love you. You're the best.
Love you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you all so much for joining us. And don't forget, new episodes of the comment section drop every Wednesday. You can stream the audio on all streaming platforms and the video list for free and exclusively on our favorite platform, Spotify. Thank you so much to my amazing guest, Cyrus. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Bye.